Good morning. So I had been trying to participate in the 185 challenge last year, and I did a pretty decent job until winter hit and everything started to hit at once. So I'm updating a few things, and through that update and through all of that, I am also working on a few other things. Um, so I'm going to go back through the rules and give you all of the changes. Okay, the first rule is 1,000 more words per day than the usual goal, aside from planned days off. Um, I will be participating in the Heart Breathing's April challenge, Rough Draft challenge, and most likely the July and the November as well. Um, and during those challenges, I will be working on a fictional draft and trying the 50,000 words. The really fun thing about the Rough Draft Challenge is I can set my own goal. Um, while I am working on the fictional drafting of the book, I will be doing researching for the manuscripts that I want to write. And that research will look like 3 to 6 sheets per day. And that's front and back of handwritten notes to reach that goal. Um, I will also I'm also looking at like the editing and stuff as well. Um, and editing will be like 7 pages completed per day. Um, however, should I be writing the second draft, I most likely will just restart that from the beginning instead of trying to go in and change just here and there. Completely have 3 books or 500,000 words. Um, I am hopefully going to be able to do um the 3 books. I will at least be working on the 3 books in the next 6 months. Um, one of them being a fictional book, and I have a series that I want to work on, and I'll be starting that after this video. And then the other 2 books are the Woven Hearth Compass and Weaving the Ways. And those are the 2 foundational books from the previous project um, that I really feel like I need to be working on first, and I am being drawn to. The next thing is self published 2 books or 3 novella length novels. Again, I'm hoping to get all 3 of those done in the next 6 months. Do one author event and sign physical copies of your book. I don't think that's feasible in the next 6 months or really in this year. If I could get things together and get things printed and actually start publishing and going, then maybe in 2027 I can get that done. Post 3 pieces of content per day on any platform. So for this goal, I have a blog that I'm hoping to start journaling in at night. How my day went, that I reach my goals and stuff like that. And it'll be like a daily check-in. I also will have my word counts on Instagram and um posting on Facebook daily, though I'm not quite sure exactly what that post is gonna look like. So there are those 3 pieces of content. And then I will also be working hopefully with a weekly vlog on YouTube of working throughout the week and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make that work still. And I am really trying to decide if I want to do like a plan for like the scheduling and stuff like that. So those are all possibilities. The 24-hour challenge in June. I really like having one weekend where all I do is focus on writing. So most likely I will be doing a weekend challenge or a weekend type retreat um where it'll be pretty much 24 hours in that weekend that I would be working. And I'm really thinking doing something like a Twitch stream or something like that for that. Currently, that's not set up as I'm going to be focusing more on getting the habits in place before working on all the extra special stuff. Pick your days off, schedule healthy breaks, and honor them. I'm a mom of three kids in my house, two households with four kids, and I really don't have days off, though I will try not to have 1 day a week minimum where I'm not pushing myself to hit all of my writing goals. That way I can push myself to work on my other goals or just relax and have a day off. Uh, and that'll probably be Sundays. Make new author friends online or in person. So this is just for me friends, period. I am still doing the medical assisting program. And other goals. So I will be working on making friends and creating a support system within all of that. I still do not have a idea of steps per day, but 5,000 seems like a good place to try to reach for at the beginning. And the next one is 5+ bottles of water a day. Um, I no longer breastfeed, but I do still drink about a gallon of water a day. So I will be tracking that. I did get rid of all of my sugary drinks and my soda and stuff like that. I have been working on exercising in the morning. I've done really good at that. Um, and then my food has my food intake has come down. In fact, on blog you can see where weight loss started, and I take measurements for the first time since I put that weight loss in the blog the other day. Um, and I have lost a little bit of weight. I have lost some inches, which is really cool, even though we can't see it in my face. Um, I'm still on the no social media before 9 a.m. or after 9 p.m. My 30 minutes of reading is both morning and night. Um, so I do that in the morning. I read more towards my goal, um, and my manuscripts, and I take notes, and I'm creating an annotated bibliography for that. And then at night, it is more listening to an audiobook, probably one I've already heard 5,000 times or read myself 5,000 times. Like currently, I'm working through the Harry Potter series again, um, while I'm doing like a diamond painting or a hobby. Sticking to a sleep schedule, I am doing that for me, both mentally, physical, as well as creatively. Find one new hobby, which it's not new, but it does work, and that is my diamond painting because I put them all throughout my house when I get finished. My extra rules is touch on each goal in some way daily. And I will do a video on that or do that later in this video. Um, and also make time for the family on a daily. And this was kind of important still. I do have where we sit down and eat dinner every day together. And once a week, we do a family game night. Um, and we also do something together, exercise, whether it's standing go or going for a walk or something else, because, you know, they deserve my attention as well, not just my goals and not just the things that I want to do. So I currently have 4 goals. The first goal is stability. And this year it is by the end of the year, I want to have a vehicle, at least a quarter to a half of my debt paid off, and be working in the medical field. Um, for this quarter, I have for the goal, so that's April to June, I have for the goal, I will complete phase two of medical assisting, have taken the AAPC exam for coding, and have found a second job or income. Um, and I begin phase two in April. I should be able to complete the medical coding either at the beginning of April or beforehand. Um, I also will be finishing and editing the letters that I wrote from the first quarter, um, and getting things together to start the AAPC exam. However, it's going to take a little bit more together. Um, I did gain my vehicle, so there is that. Um, my goal too is called transformation, and that goal is by the end of the year, I will have lost 48 to 96 pounds, have worked on finding and attending support group program or programs, and continue to work in therapy. Um, and that quarter two for that one looks like solidifying my routines with consistency, continue actively working in therapy, continue to work on finding support groups that fit me, as well as losing hopefully 12 to 48 pounds. In this April, I will be researching another 3 support groups, as the last 3 I didn't like, um, and or begin to create one, because sometimes the best support group isn't quite there yet. Um, I will continue to work on consistency with all of my routines, and hopefully lose at least 4 pounds this month. So this month coming up, April. So hopefully all of that works. Um, goal 3 is self improvement. Um, and that one looks like by the end of the 2026 year, I will have completed a minimum of 2 courses in the 4 core subjects: math, English, social studies, and science, and 2 electives, along with write written a fictional book, at least one fictional book. Um, and that is by the end of the second quarter of 2026, I will have completed April's rough draft challenge with the Heart Breathings community and first class or unit in each subject. Uh, so during the month of April, I will participate in the rough draft challenge with a 50,000 word goal. Continue working on 1 to 2 lessons per week in each subject. Currently, for this, I am using Khan Academy and Allison. I am also watching Brandon Sanderson's video series on YouTube, um, as my kind of like elective writing. So the math I'm currently doing is basic algebra. It's more of a review. And then Allison has a really cool um, creative writing courses that I've started. I'm also doing on Khan Academy Health and Medicine, World History, as well as learning coding through Khan Academy. It's been really interesting and fun. And then my last goal is the Ravenstone goal. By the end of the year 2026, um, I did not update this goal properly. Uh, okay, I had to pause for a minute there and check. I just wasn't reading it properly. So it says by the end of the 2026 year, I will have completed 5 to 10 courses in the spiritual school that I'm currently enrolled in have notes from a minimum of 5 books and have the rough drafts completed for Woven Hearth Compass and Weaving the Ways. Um, and in quarter 2, by the end of the second quarter of 2026, I will have completed 2 to 3 of the courses in the spiritual school, finished reading and annotating at least 2 books, and have researched completely the Woven Hearth Compass. Um, During the month of April, I will complete one of the courses in the spiritual school, read one of the books, set up the Woven Hearth Compass document, and beginning the research for that document. Um, so that's pretty much what my goals are and what I'm looking at to try to achieve so far this year, and that's even next April. I will hopefully come on at the end of April with news that I've achieved some of these things.